Do you hear it? The silence, the kind that presses against your skull until it feels like it's screaming louder than 1,000 voices. That silence isn't peace. No, no, no. That silence is your enemy holding its breath, because it knows you're not the same broken toy they left behind. It knows you've been sharpening your edges in the dark, waiting for the perfect moment to cut. And now every heartbeat of yours is a warning drum. Boom. They laughed at you once, mocked your every step, spat your name into the dirt as if it meant nothing. But here's the trick. Every insult was fuel. Every sneer was oxygen. And every doubt they planted in your head became an inferno. You carried their rejection like a crown of fire, didn't you? And while they thought you were finished, you were reborn in silence, breathing madness into strength. Now they crawl back. Funny, isn't it? The same voices that laughed are the same ones whispering at your door, begging for scraps of your power. They come not with pride, but with fear, because power changes the air around you. It drips off your skin, it stains the floor you walk on. And when they smell it, oh, they can't resist. Enemies don't just surrender, they kneel. And when they kneel, you smile because you know what they don't. You know the secret. Power doesn't come from their approval. It comes from their hatred, their rejection, their envy. You wear it like war paint. And every scar they left on you is now a blade you carry back to their throats. They wanted to bury you, but you became the storm that drowned their laughter. And so I ask you, why is your secret enemy begging to join your side now? Simple. Because you've become untouchable, unpredictable, unforgiving. You're the shadow they can't outrun, the whisper they can't silence, the nightmare they can't wake from. And deep down they know you'll never let them forget it. Tell me, do you feel it yet? That hunger, that chaos, that smile curling on your lips when you realize the tables have turned. Oh, they thought you'd break, but you didn't. You shattered, and from the shards you built a crown of knives. Wear it proudly, because the game has only just begun. Your real enemy was never them. No, 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 it was the face in the mirror, the coward, the excuse maker, the soft voice whispering, maybe tomorrow. That voice isn't your friend. It's the assassin in your skull, and it kills slowly, one wasted day at a time. You ever wonder why you feel chained? It's not the world holding you back. It's the reflection you never had the guts to strangle. Every weakness you hide is laughing at you, that unfinished plan, that abandoned dream, that promise you broke to yourself. They're all fingerprints of betrayal, and guess who the culprit is? You. You pulled the trigger on your own ambition. And the worst part, you enjoyed the comfort it gave you. The sweet little lullaby of failure. Soft, gentle, deadly. But here's the twist. Inside that same mirror, there's a beast. Starving, eyes black with rage. And it's been watching, waiting, pounding on the glass while you played nice. The longer you ignore it, the hungrier it gets, until one day it bursts through. And when it does, oh, the world won't know whether to fear you or worship you. That's the war. Not against them, against you. And when you win it, when you strangle that old self with your bare hands, you'll feel it. The air changes. The chains crack. The reflection smirks back at you with blood on its lips. And for the first time in your life, you're free. Because freedom doesn't come from running. It comes from killing the part of you that clings to weakness. The one that craves approval. The one that begs for safety. You slaughter that version, and suddenly, nothing can touch you. Not them. Not fear. Not doubt. Nothing. So I'll ask again. When you stare into that mirror tonight, will you blink first? Or will you smile back and whisper, "I've been waiting for this fight"? They swore they'd bury you. They promised you'd vanish, forgotten, erased like chalk on wet pavement. But now, listen closely. Hear that? It's the sound of footsteps creeping back. The same ones who cheered for your downfall now circle you, wide-eyed like dogs sniffing for scraps. They don't come with respect. They come with fear. Fear because the fire they lit under you became an inferno they can't put out. There's a twisted pleasure in this moment, isn't there? Watching the arrogant choke on their own pride. Their voices stutter when they say your name now, like it burns their tongue. Once they laughed with sharp teeth. Now their smiles are cracked, nervous, broken. Funny, the louder they doubted you, the harder they crawl back when they realize they can't kill what refuses to die. And here's the delicious truth: they don't admire you. Not yet. They need you. Because survival bends the knee faster than admiration ever will. They kneel not out of love, but because they know you've become dangerous. They see the madness in your eyes. They smell the hunger in your silence, and they know deep down that standing against you now means bleeding out under your shadow. So you let them kneel. Not because you forgive. No, forgiveness is weakness. You let them kneel because power tastes sweeter when it's forced down their throat. And when their trembling hands reach for your side, you smile. Not because they've joined you, but because they finally understand. They lost. That's when you own them. Not through kindness, not through mercy, through dominance, through the fear that you carved into their bone. Every word you speak becomes law. Every silence becomes punishment. And every glance reminds them of the price of underestimating you. Tell me, doesn't it feel good to watch the same voices that tried to drown you now beg to swim in your storm? To see your enemies bend their pride into submission at your feet? That's not victory. That's evolution. That's the moment you stop being ignored and start becoming untouchable. Every insult they threw, ammunition, every time they spat on your name. Another bullet in the chamber, every door slammed in your face. Boom. Another round loaded. They thought they were breaking you, but they were only stockpiling your arsenal. And now you're locked, loaded and ready to spray their world with the very rage they created. Rejection is funny like that. It feels like poison when it first hits the veins. Burns, stings, makes you question if you even belong. But over time, the poison mutates. It hardens you, it sharpens you, it turns your blood into fire and your bones into blades. Suddenly, rejection isn't a death sentence. It's a rebirth soaked in gasoline and lit with a smile. Think about it. Without their laughter, would you even be this dangerous? Without their cruelty, would you have grown teeth this sharp? Pain was the personal trainer you never asked for. And every sleepless night, every clenched jaw, every silent scream was a workout. Now look at you, they can't even recognize what crawled out of the wreckage they left behind. Here's the punchline: they were building their own execution. With every bruise, with every scar, with every betrayal, they weren't burying you, they were sculpting you. And when you finally stood up, taller than the ruin they left you in, the first thing you did was smile, because you knew they had handed you the blade. So let them beg. Let them plead. Let them choke on the irony that their rejection didn't destroy you, it weaponized you. And now every memory of their doubt is just another shell in your gun. And when you fire back, it won't just be revenge. It'll be poetry. Tell me, are you ready to pull the trigger? Or will you let their bullets keep piling up until you've built an army inside yourself? They call it destruction. They call it madness. They call it chaos. But you know better, don't you? Chaos isn't the end. It's the ladder no one dares to climb. It's the fire that burns the weak to ash, while the strong walk out reborn, dripping in smoke and laughter. The world fears chaos because it strips them naked. No masks, no lies, no comfort, just raw truth. The weak cling to order. They beg for rule. They hide in cages made of routine, terrified of the storm outside. But storms don't ask for permission. Storms break the walls, flood the streets, erase everything they ever thought was permanent. And when the water recedes, who remains? The survivor. The ones who didn't fight the chaos, but fed on it. That's where the power is. In the ashes, in the ruins, in the rubble of everything you once thought mattered. While others cry over what was lost, you grin because you see it. The chance to rebuild, not the old way, not their way, your way. Stronger, darker, unpredictable. A kingdom forged from wreckage, where every scar becomes architecture. And let's be honest, doesn't chaos taste better? Doesn't it feel good to rip the mask off, throw the pieces in the air and laugh while they scatter? Order is predictable. Order is boring. But chaos, oh, chaos makes kings. It crowns the one mad enough to dance in the fire while everyone else runs. So ask yourself, are you one of them? The ones clutching their broken walls, crying for safe? Or are you the one grinning in the storm, arms wide open, ready to build an empire from smoke and shards? Chaos doesn't destroy you. It introduces you to yourself. And once you meet that self, the world will never forget the name you carve into the flame. There's a silence louder than any scream. It's the silence of someone who once doubted you, now choking on the words they can't take back. Oh, how delicious that silence tastes. Sweeter than victory, sharper than steel. Revenge isn't blood. Revenge isn't violence. Revenge is making them watch you rise so high, their necks snap, just trying to keep up. See, apologies are worthless. Their sorry means nothing. What matters is the way their eyes shift when they see you now. That flicker of panic, that twitch of regret. That moment they realize the clown they mocked has become the nightmare that stalks their thoughts. You don't need to touch them, just exist. Your very presence becomes punishment. And oh, the smile it brings when you catch them staring, when you know they can't stand the taste of their own regret. That smile isn't kindness. It isn't forgiveness. It's the blade you twist with subtle precision. Because nothing cuts deeper than forcing them to admit they were wrong. And you were inevitable. Revenge isn't about shouting. It's about silence. It's about walking into a room and hearing their laughter die in their throats. It's about knowing they can't look you in the eye without feeling the noose of their past tighten. That's real power. Not fists, not fury, just existence and the gravity it carries. So don't waste time dreaming about their pain. Don't waste time plotting their downfall. Just keep rising, keep grinning, keep twisting the knife with your silence, because the greatest revenge is watching them beg for peace in a storm you created. And peace is the one thing they'll never get from you. So smile wider, let them feel it. That grin that tells the world your revenge isn't a scream. It's a masterpiece painted in silence and shadows, and they'll be staring at it for the rest of their lives. Power has you can't hide it. You can't fake it. It drips off your skin like blood in the water, and suddenly they come circling. The same ones who once laughed, the same ones who spat, Now they move like predators. But don't be fooled. They're not hunting you anymore. They're smelling it. The shit, the aura, the danger, and it's driving them mad. You've felt it, haven't you? The way a room changes when you walk in. The air thickens, conversations falter, eyes track you like prey, but not with confidence, with hesitation. They can sense it in your silence. They can feel it in your grit. That's the thing about real power. It doesn't shout. It bleeds into the ground beneath your feet until even the arrogant tread carefully. And here's the twisted beauty. The predators become beggars. They can't resist the pull, like moths to fire, like sharks to blood. They don't come to destroy you. They come to cling to you, to orbit around your chaos, to taste the fire they once tried to snuff out. And isn't that hilarious? The hunters who once wanted you dead now need you to survive. So you let them circle. You let them you let them wonder whether you'll offer them a place by your side or tear them apart with a smile. That uncertainty is power. That silence is control. They're hooked. Not because you promise safety, but because you radiate danger. And danger, my friend, is irresistible. This is the moment when roles flip forever. You are no longer prey. You are no longer victim. You are the scent in the water. You are the storm they swim toward, knowing it could kill them, and they'll do it anyway. That's power. That's fear. That's hunger. And now, it belongs to you. So tell me, when they circle you, next time will you let them feed, or let them drown? Power in daylight is fragile. Too many eyes, too much noise. But power in the dark, that's untouchable. You don't walk in the open anymore. You glide in silence. Unseen, unpredictable. That's when fear multiplies, because no one fears what they can predict. They fear what lurks just beyond their sight. You become the phantom, the whisper, the thing they sense but can never catch. Do you know the thrill of silence, when no one knows your next move? That's terror, that's control. You don't need to announce your plans. You don't need to roar. You move like smoke through their walls, like shadows under their skin. And by the time they realize you were there, it's already too late. Their world is rearranged, their safety shattered, their control gone. The loud ones burn out, the ones who brag, the ones who need the spotlight. They die first, always. But the phantom never dies, because no one can kill what they can't see. You're no longer chained to visibility. You're the hand behind the curtain, the laugh in the silence, the strike they never expected but will never forget. And oh, the beauty of it. When they try to explain you, they stutter, they guess, they invent stories. Because the truth is too much to face. They don't understand how you move, how you rise, how you bend the game without showing your hand. And their confusion, that's your victory. Confusion feeds chaos. Chaos feeds you. So vanish. Move like mist. Let them chase shadows while you rewrite the rules. Power doesn't belong to the one who screams the loud. It belongs to the one who can disappear and return sharper, stronger, laughing in the dark. Tell me, wouldn't you rather be the phantom in their nightmares than the fool in their spotlight? Obedience. That's the lie they fed you since the beginning. Sit still. Play nice. Follow the rule. Be grateful. But here's the truth. They never wanted your loyalty. They wanted your silence. They wanted your spine snapped into obedience, so you'd never dare to rise. Chains aren't just metal. They're invisible. They're polite. They smile while they strangle you. And you wore them, didn't you? For years. Smiling, nodding, pretending you were free, pretending you weren't choking. But inside, deep down, the rage built. The hunger twisted. The fire boiled. Until one day the chains rattled too loud to ignore, and something inside you snapped. Not broken, awakened. That was the first taste of rebellion. Sweet, sharp, addictive. Rebellion isn't chaos for chaos' sake. It's survival. It's the scream you've been swallowing finally tearing out of your throat. It's the realization that rules were never made to protect you, they were made to contain you. And when you break them, when you spit in the face of their order, you don't just free yourself, you terrify them. Because nothing scares a master more than a slave who learns to laugh. That laugh is everything. It's the war cry. It's the shatter of the glass cage. It's the moment the world realizes you won't bow anymore. And here's the secret. They can't stop you. Once you've tasted it, once you've breathed rebellion, obedience is poison. Every command feels like chains. Every order feels like suffocation. And so you rise, louder, wilder, untamed. And doesn't it feel good to finally rip the script apart? To take the pen from their trembling hands and write your own story in jagged lines and blood-stained ink? To look them in the eye and smile as they realize they don't own you anymore. So break the chains, crush the obedient, spit out their lies, because rebellion isn't destruction, it's creation of a new you. And that version, untouchable, unforgiving, unstoppable.